Hey everyone, this is Craig Wescoe recording for TCGplayer.com, and this week we got the video working, so you're going to get to see my pretty face. So this deck, we actually have a pretty sweet deck for this week. It's quite a brew. In fact, it's a boat brew, because it's got the boat. It's similar to a deck that Brian Coal built a few years ago, where it had Siege Gang Commander and a whole bunch of value creatures. This is not exactly the same deck, but I think it's in the same kind of theme, where you have all these multiple card advantage type cards. So History of Benalia, some people, I think Patrick Chapin and Mike Flores were calling it the new Lingering Souls. It's been really sweet for me in testing. Just the value, being able to get 2 creatures off of 1 card, and then they also hit for 10 damage, like pretty quickly with the bonus. We don't really have any other knights, so it's just kind of like a card that's just pure value. No real synergies outside of just the synergies within itself. Back-to-back histories work well together. So you can play 1 on turn 3, 1 on turn 4, and then it just kind of takes over the game by itself. We have these card advantage creatures kind of all along the curve. We also have Pia Nalaar, which makes a token. We have Walking Ballista, which Walking Ballista is really sweet because it can hit cards like a Lawnmower Elf or a Glint Sleeve Siphoner early on just for 2 mana, plink it. It's almost like a Mog Fanatic. But then later in the game, especially when we're playing against decks that have Settle the Wreckage, when they Settle the Wreckage us, especially in a deck when we have all these token producers, we're going to get a lot of lands off it. And then so Walking Ballista, playing it for like 4 counters, 5 counters is not that uncommon. Another 2-drop that we have in this deck is Carry Zev. So Carry Zev hits for a lot of damage, just really hard to block, gets in damage, sets up for the history to be lethal. Adonto Vanguard, really hard to deal with. A lot of decks are relying on Fumigate to clear our board, especially blue-white control. And so Adonto Vanguard, we can just pay for life to keep that threat on the board. Gideon is another card that survives Fumigate and is also a way to prevent damage from an opposing Lyra, Dawnbringer. So it really kind of it can hit hard as basically a 4/4 for 3 mana against matchups where we want that, or it can prevent damage in situations against cards like Lyra, and it also survives Fumigate. Fight with Fire is an interesting one. It can kill Lyra, it can kill most things. It can kill a snake if we're on the play, reasonably efficiently. We're down a mana, but at least we are able to kill it right away. Then another thing it does, similar to the Walking Ballista, where whenever the opponent settles us, now it's like, okay, well great. Now this card that's not really good against a settle deck, unless they board in, Lyra or something like that, now it's just 10 damage to the face. So if we're dealing them 10 already with the history, and then they like settle us a couple turns later, and then we're just like, all right, dome you for 10, you're dead. Or it can kill their planeswalker and their creature. Yeah, it just does a lot of really cool things. I've been happy with Fight with Fire. Captain Lannery Storm is a card I'm testing out. I feel like it's a way to ramp us from 3 to 5, or it can just deal some damage. Haste creatures are really good against planeswalkers, and if the opponent tries to play something like a Teferi minus to get rid of one of our permanents, leave us with an empty board, thinking next turn I'm going to untap and just start plussing every turn and drawing cards, well, a haste creature can take care of that and attack the planeswalker. Cast Out is another way to deal with the planeswalker. It can also help us deal with Godfarer's Gift. We have 2 Cast Out, 2 Abrade. So we have some answers main deck to the Godfarer's Gift, and then we also have 2 more Cast Outs and 2 more Abrades in the board. So post board we have 8 instant speed answers to deal with it. So I'm pretty comfortable with how that matchup is. We also have Shalai, which also answers Settle pretty well. Unfortunately, it kind of plays into the Fumigate though. So if we play Shalai and attack with all our creatures, all right, they can't settle us, they can't seal away us, but then they get to untap and Fumigate. Well, okay, you have to have it, first of all. And then if you do have it, then okay, great. Then we untap and jam Chandra, or we jam Angel of Invention, or we jam Siege Gang Commander. So this deck kind of has a pretty good follow-up. It's like we have all these creatures that are resistant to the removal spells that blue-white and various other decks are playing, and like Rekindling Phoenix. All right, great, fumigated me, awesome. Didn't really do much. Gideon, all right, sweet. Adonto Vanguard, make it indestructible, and then all these follow-up plays that are really sweet. So the deck, it has a lot of resiliency. It can really play the attrition game reasonably well because it has all these card advantage type cards that we get 4 for 1 or 3 for 1 or 2 for 1 by killing something when it comes into play. Chandra, same thing, card advantage every turn. Rekindling Phoenix is card advantage if they try to kill it. Pia is a 2 for 1. This thing, Captain Lannery Storm makes treasures. Walking Ballista can kill multiple things. History Benalia makes 2 for 1. Like a lot of the cards, most of the cards in the deck are 2 for 1s or they're efficient removal spells. So that's kind of the way the deck works. We're valuing the opponent out, we're curving out, we're pressuring. We want to be in the offense, but we can really stick around as well. In the sideboard, we have Aether Sphere Harvester, mostly for the burn matchup. Fleetwheel Cruiser is a way to pressure control decks. We make a lot of tokens, so we have a lot of creatures to crew the vehicle, and it can come down and just smack a Teferi in the face, and oh, it feels so good. Hopefully that comes up. By Force, we just have one. A lot of the vehicle decks are really kind of pretty heavy on artifacts, mostly because of Karn. And so if you can just hit like a Heart of Kiran and a Harvester and the Golem token, or Construct, whatever it is, off of Karn, just like 3 for 1 for 4 mana, just completely wreck their board, then attack and kill Karn, it's just game over. So we're playing 1 Byforce in addition to the Abrades, and I think we're pretty good in that matchup, but we'll see. Chandra's Defeat, because a lot of the red decks board into Planeswalkers or Dragons or bigger creatures, so I really kind of want to have access to 2 Chandra's Defeats in post-board games against the red decks. We have 1 Glorybringer. There's so many good 5-drops, especially in Boros, that it's just like, well, what do we cut? We have Angel of Invention, we have Siege Gang Commander, we have Skysovereign Console Flagship, we have Glorybringer, and then we even have Huatli. So all these cards are really good 5-drops, and it's kind of, well, what do we want space for? We don't even have Lyra, Dawnbringer, in our 75, because that's not really what we're trying to do. We're not trying to play a 1-for-1 creature like that. If you can see, all of our other creatures are either resistant to removal, or they're like generate a 3-for-1 or 4-for-1 card advantage. So Lyra just isn't really this deck's game plan, but all these other ones kind of fit in the deck reasonably well. Then we have another Chandra. We have Sorcerer's Spyglass, mostly for opposing Planeswalkers, but then sometimes, they have other creatures like Scarab God or whatever that you want to name. So this is the deck, Boros Boat Brew, kind of an homage to Brian Coel's deck from a few years ago. And now let's see how it goes. Decided to keep this hand because we have a turn 2 Vanguard, and then if we draw a land, if it's a red land, we're in good shape. If it's not a red land, it's still okay because we can Field of Ruin as long as they have a target. We're on the draw, so. Alright, well, we have a backup plan there too. I'm guessing this is blue-white control. It could be the blue-white mid-range deck. Probably the control deck. Now here, do we want an emblem or do we want a plus? I think we want a plus. Put Syncopate in the graveyard because they're pretty far behind on board at this point. They could settle us here though, that would be pretty good. And we can't activate our Field of Ruin. So if they settle us, then we get 2 mountains. Then we can start casting all our other spells. We don't want to just sit around and give them time. They could just have Seal Away. So I think we just go for it with both. If they untap and play Teferi, we can flagship. Alright, so that is what it was. So I guess we made the right play. Second from the top. Alright. There's the Teferi. Let's see what they untap. They did untap the Fortress. Okay, so these fight with fire and these abrades, not doing a ton of work for us at this point. Not the matchup to draw all the removal against, that's for sure. Hopefully they don't have to Seal Away. They do not. Either that or they're just playing around. No, they might have a counter spell in hand, like a negate. So the Adanto keeps us from losing to Fumigate here. That's pretty good. If they have a counter spell in hand, they're probably in good shape. Eventually they'll probably settle us, and then we have this fight with fire. That's interesting. So they chose Carry Zev, which means we're threatening 5, which means they almost certainly have a removal spell for the Vanguard, and that's why they're doing that. Well, I mean, I guess our plan doesn't really change. I mean, we gotta kill Teferi. Okay. So we're gonna get mountain, mountain, mountain. Now are they flipping, transforming Search for Azcanta? Nope, they topped it. So we have 7 mana, which means they're potentially at 4 life. So we have 7 mana up. We have 8 mana now. So we're 1 away from Fight with Fire. So we can attack Teferi and then boat. We can actually boat first, then pump the Thopter. Or we can Angel of Invention. So if we Angel, then we can attack for 2 We could have servos. Kind of like that. Fumigate puts us in a pretty bad position, though. So if we boat and deal 3 damage to Teferi, then the Thopter can finish off Teferi. I think that's probably our best play. So they do have the negate. Attack Teferi. Then we're going to plus. They kick it, they kicked it, which means we want to sacrifice it. So they do not draw the card. Alright, now search transforms. Things are starting to look grim, but we're not completely out of the woods, out of the game yet. So they have Disallow in their hand. They'll definitely disallow the Angel if we cast that first. At this point, I don't really like our chances. Yeah, we're just going to concede. Okay, so control matchup. We don't want all these cards that we drew. Braid, Fight with Fire. We don't want this many ballistas. We want some. Definitely want Cruiser. Spyglass. Yep. Want Huatli. Want Chandra. I kind of want Glorybringer. I think that attacking Planeswalkers is pretty good. And let's see what's our last cut. I think 2 cast outs is a pretty good number. Maybe we cut an Angel of Invention. Alright, yes on the play. This is acceptable. No 2-drop. And no second white for Gideon, but we have time to draw these things. Yep, there's the 2-drop right on time. So They could syncopate us if we try to play the Shell Eye. I kind of feel like this turn we want, well, they could seal away us though too. I think seal awaying one of these two creatures is, we're okay with that. Then we could just jam Shell Eye anyway. I think I want to play the Vanguard though. Next turn we can play Shell Eye when they have the Settle up. Okay, so they are sealing away Pia. It's okay, we'd rather Pia be seal awayed as opposed to Shell Eye. So I think that worked out the way we wanted it to. Alright, so they're casting out. That's not a second white. Alright, we have one spell we can cast. Fumigate's not great here because we have Vanguard. Teferi is potentially okay. Alright, so we can attack for 4 damage. Teferi down to 1. We could try to resolve Glorybringer, kill it. I think I want to try to kill it. Even though they have mana up. This will at least put Teferi down to 1 if they seal away the dragon. No, just killed it. Sweet. Alright. So now we're in a better position than we were. Fumigate is pretty good now, but... Alright, so they're not on Fumigate, they're on Settle. Could be a Gear Hulk, but it's probably Settle. Which means... I think we cast a creature, like a spell first. So like if we... I don't want to attack with everyone and just get settled for 3. So which means I'm only going to attack with like the dragon and the Thopter here. Since they didn't seal away last turn to save Teferi, I don't think they have seal away. I think they have settle. If we cast our spell first and they counter it and they don't have settle mana up, we just attack with everyone. So that's why we're going to cast our spell first. And out of these spells, I think that I want Gideon. Because it is even better against Fumigate, if that's what they end up doing. Like if they cast a card draw spell here, then they Fumigate, like... Alright, so they didn't counter it. They might just sack their Memorial. Okay, so they do settle. We're going to get 2 planes. And then we're going to... I guess we could just emblem. So next turn we can attack for 7, play Siege King. That might change things. So they could Gear Hulk into Settle. Nope, they don't have either. Which do I want to do? I think I want to play Chandra first. And save the counter. I'll just play History. Alright, not bad. Well, how all in do we want to be against Fumigate? That is the question. Do you want to play another History and Siege Gang, or do we just want to play one of them? I think I just want to play the History. So then this will put them down to 1 if they don't do anything about these. So they're countering it, which leads me to believe they don't have the Fumigate. Because if they had the Fumigate, then they would just let that resolve. We'd get our token, they'd untap, Fumigate, go to 16, then we'd just get a 2/2. And like that seems like a fine position for them. So I think we want to just like go all in here to where they're dead next turn. Force them to draw the Fumigate. That's our reasoning. I feel like it's the right reasoning. That's the spot where I think we're supposed to go for it there. I think that's our best spot. Because if we give them a turn to cast a card draw spell, then that just makes our chances so much lower. If they let History resolve, I would have just passed. But since they countered it, my line of reasoning, they don't have the Fumigate, and then the Siege Gang wins us the game. They could still draw Settle, which would be pretty good in this spot. We'd be able to deal them 8 from our goblins, which puts them to 5, but still pretty good. Pull for 3. All right, they're trying to draw. They have a land, and they're trying to draw into a Settle. Nope, did not find it. Okay, so any changes for game 3? So they have a lot of enchantment removal spells. They have Cast Out and Seal Aways, just galore. Cast Out could be a threat, given that. I think maybe we want all our Cast Outs. Maybe that's better than Spyglass. I guess they can cast out our Cast Out. That's pretty good. Maybe the other Angel comes out. Alright, so we have turn 2 play. Another turn 2 play. We have both our colors of mana. It's important. I think we cycle one of these cast outs just because we want to be able to hit our land drops. And they don't seem to have blue mana. Or at least they're not playing their blue mana. That's actually going to be pretty good against us because they're going to sack it to get blue mana. Okay, we drew another white, but we actually need double white and double red, so we definitely get red off of it. I think here we cast History, and we definitely attack. They might seal away. They'll probably sack Field of Ruin instead, though. Alright. I stand corrected. History is a good play here, though. Okay, so they get to cycle a cast out as well. There's blue mana. There's Pia. So I don't think we want to cycle the cast out yet in case we draw some lands. I think casting Pia here is fine. So now if they untap and Fumigate, that's bad news for us, but it is what it is. Maybe we can untap and draw a land, and oh, if they have Settle, oh, they're leaving Settle up. Draw a land here. Ah, if we drew a land, we could cast Shalai, and that would just be so backbreaking in this spot. Well, all right. So I guess the upside is that we're going to get some lands if that's what their plan is. So we definitely want to attack with Pia because we have another one. So we can attack. I guess we attack with everyone. No sense holding back the Thopter. Just attack into it. Make them have it, first of all. They don't have it. Alright, well, that's also a possibility. Sometimes they just don't have it. So now our plan is to cast the Vanguard, because now they have to Fumigate. They're just going to play a card draw spell like a Glimmer and try to draw into a Fumigate, which a Danto Vanguard plays around very well. Which means I kind of want to cycle this cast out just to be able to hit my land drop. But then part of me doesn't want to because I would like to cast it on the seal away. Alright, I think I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So if they Fumigate, we pay 4 life, we sacrifice the Thopter, so then they gain 3 and go to 10, and then we're threatening some stuff. Okay, no problem. So we're not cycling the cast out now. The only land that would be relevant to is the 4 Inspiring Vantages. Okay, so they did draw the card they needed to draw. We're going to just do this. Since Pia is a fine follow-up play, yeah, we didn't need to cycle cast out there. So this is a close game for sure. We're missing our land drops, now they're hitting theirs. We did hit a land. Okay, so now they can't settle us if we do this. They can't seal away or cast out or anything. Syncopate. Oh, they can syncopate and settle. That's pretty good. Alright, so now I don't want to attack with everyone. I'd rather mitigate. Set up to play the following turn. I'll do this. I still think they have to settle here. Say the Glimmer, maybe they don't. They didn't have the settle before, but then they pulled. I think they're debating. Do I cast a card draw spell? Or do I cast settle here? If we attacked with everyone, they would definitely settle. But then that puts us kind of in a rough spot. Alright, so now I think even if they cast a Glimmer here, they're in a difficult spot. Oh, they just had a pull. It's not a Glimmer. Well, that's good for us. So the next turn, we can try to play Shalai if they have mana up for settle. They discarded Cast Out. Okay, so they definitely have a handful of gas. Alright, Gideon can keep Vanguard at bay. No, it's Pia. Okay, so they're really trying to bait us into attacking with the Vanguard because they want to settle it. So that's one of the harder creatures for them to deal with. So we can attack for lethal with the Thopter and the Vanguard. And then when they settle us, or we could just play the Shalai first. Because then they can't settle us. Alright, that's what we're going to do. Then we'll just attack with the Thopter and the Vanguard. Alright, you have to have something. This is 4 to your face. Hexproof. Can't target me with settle. Can't target my creatures with seal away. That's game. Alright, blue-white control. Got match 1. Alright, so we kept this hand even though we don't have a second white because we are on the draw. We have turn 2 Vanguard. It's like the opponent's either on the Sultai or black-green Constrictor, maybe mono-green splash black. Yeah, that might be what this is. They splash black for Scrap Heap Scrounger and some... oh, nope. Alright. So this is definitely green-black or potentially Sultai. So that treasure off Captain Lannery Storm can give us the second white. Hopefully we just draw second white. So they graveyarded Vraska's Contempt. Not sure what that means. I figured it meant that they wanted lands, but it looks like they have plenty of mana. Not really sure what's going on. But we definitely have to attack with Captain Lannery Storm, and might as well attack with the Vanguard. Not doing us a ton of good on defense. So if we draw like a white mana, like a land that produces white mana, then we can just jam Siege Gang. Siege Gang seems really good on this board. Might just attack with Lannery Storm anyway, if it lives. Probably kills Vanguard here. No. There's a white land. Okay. So, So we have access to 6 mana potentially after Lannery Storm attacks. So we could cast Double History. That'd be kind of sweet. I think Siege Gang's probably better. This is actually a decision here. So we have to sacrifice the treasures. Like, we can't just attack with Lannery Storm, they block with Ballista, then we just sack a treasure, because then we lose a mana. So we have to kind of do things in the right order. I want to attack with both. I think I just jam Siege King pre-combat. This kind of forces their hand a little bit with the Ballista. Not sure exactly what they're going to do here, but I suspect it's probably like block Lannery Storm, ping Vanguard, something like that. Alright, so they're pinging the Vanguard first. I think we just let it die. Even if it means they have good block here, because we're okay if they just want to make this trade. Yeah, they don't. They're just taking it here. So yeah, that was a good decision on our part. We don't want to just have Ballista ping us for 4. If near dead land, that's an answer to the Siege Gang. Okay, or they could do that. That could take out all the goblins or the Siege Gang. Kind of like double block, and they ping 1, and then they have to lose their Ballista if they want to kill the Siege Gang. Otherwise, we untap and we can go crazy. Or they just let the trade happen. Which we're also okay with. Brontodon, yep. Doesn't do a ton against us. Alright, we got Braid. Let's see here. There's a lot we can do. They have 1 card in hand. I really want to deal with that Ballista. Alright, so we can... think we want to abrade the Ballista here. Then they're going to shoot the Goblin. Send all our creatures, trade for all our creatures. And then we play Rekindling Phoenix. Sounds good to me. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 8 mana. Glint Sleeve. Okay, 0 cards in hand. So I think we can attack. They go to 8, Chandra plus. They go to 6. And then we're threatening lethal the following turn. They have to deadland. It gives them an extra draw off of the Glint Sleeve, though. I don't like that. I definitely like attacking, but then I'm thinking, if we like Chandra minus on the Glint Sleeve, no, that can't be right. So then just kill with the elf. We're definitely attacking. That's the easy part. I think it's just Chandra plus. Give them... Well, they don't actually draw a card off the Glint Sleeve because they have 1 energy. Yes, this is totally fine. We're just going to Chandra plus. Is there anything we can draw off it? No. Alright, there we go. Lethal on board. Have to draw a removal spell for the Phoenix, or wait a pump to deal with the Chandra. So Chandra goes down to 3, no problem. Vraska's Contempt on the Phoenix. That'd be a good one. Deadland plus something else. Brontodon. Okay. So we can get them down to 1 this turn with the Deadlands. I don't think I like doing that. So we can produce mana. Does that get us anywhere? No, not really. We can trade kill something. Putting them down to 1 keeps them from drawing another card off the Siphoner. That's pretty relevant. Let's start by doing this. Okay, so they're down to 4. I think I kind of like just playing History. Or do I want to just put them down to 1 so they don't draw that extra card? Yeah, we're just going to play History, I think. I guess not attacking is also a realistic option, because if we block, then we get a 4/3 back. I think we're in a pretty good spot here, though. They probably draw a card here and go to 1, which gives us 3 cards on board that are lethal. They have to deal with Chandra, which they have to attack all their creatures at it if they want to do that. Then we have 2 lethal attackers. Otherwise, we can chump block Brontodon, and if they don't attack with everybody, then Chandra's still alive and can plus and kill them. The Phoenix is lethal, so they have to deal with the Phoenix and the Chandra without leaving without attacking with all their creatures. So it's kind of a tough situation for them to be in. Kind of a tough spot. I'm not sure what they can have here. Ballista, maybe? I think Ballista would give them another turn. See, Ballista for 3. Kill our knight. Attack Chandra. And then kill our Phoenix in combat. Yeah, so Ballista would do it. And by do it, I just mean survive. Vraska's Contempt, they would gain life. But then the Chef at Dune would threaten to kill them off with the Phoenix if they killed the Chandra, I mean. Chupacabra. Okay, so you gotta kill the Knight here, I think. Can't afford to kill the Phoenix. But now you have 1 card in hand. Not sure how that's gonna work out. So Chandra down. Still have Phoenix to deal with. What you got? Ballista. Okay, so it was that. Let's fight with fire. So if we sack the Dune, then they kill the Phoenix in response. And then we attack with the Knight, and they have to chump block. We can fight with fire on the Chupacabra. Attack, they block the Phoenix. Or they block the Knight and shoot the Phoenix. That's not going to work. I think we definitely attack with the Phoenix, so they have to use the Ballista. I think we don't attack with the Knight. I think we just play the other history. So now this makes our Phoenix back into a 4-power Phoenix again, eventually. Now they have to draw probably another Ballista here. Venturous Impulse, okay. And they did find a Ballista. So now they can shoot down our Elemental token. Are they getting back into this game? Jeez. Runner Ballistas. Not bad. We need 4 more lands to be able to fight with fire for 10. Ooh, Angel, that's pretty good. So our Knights are bigger. I think we just play Angel and attack with the 2. Yep, kill in response, and we just get the servos. And now the Chef at Dune with 5 attackers is going to make things really difficult for them next turn, I think. Especially since this history is about to go off again. Yeah, so is keeping them in a rough spot. See if they can draw another Ballista. So they could actually just pump. If they draw land, they can pump. Okay. So yeah, that'll keep them alive. So they can block, and then pump the Ballista, do a 2/2, and then do some shooting. So I don't really like that plan. I don't like the plan of sacking the Shephetune. Gideon plus on the Ballista, and they'd have to shoot. Yeah, it's not going to work. I'm just going to play the other history here. Add a counter to the Ballista, then shoot the Knight. Yep, get another Knight. Next turn they're threatening to stay alive again because of that Ballista. Bronzodon, you can actually kill the history if you want. I don't know if that's right. Probably not, because then you can't put another counter on the Ballista. The Gideon, it's not exactly what we're looking for. So we can Gideon plus on the Ballista. That forces their hand, kind of. We can just fight with fire on the Ballista, then they put a counter, shoot. No, they can't. They can't put a counter on it in response because they need the blockers. Yeah, so let's just do that. So I think they just have to shoot a servo. No, this doesn't work. You can't put a counter on it. All right, now they're dead. Right? Oh no, because this doesn't have haste. My bad. I thought I could attack with the other Knight. Oh well. At least we dealt with the Ballista. And now next turn the history is threatening to be really good. Rishkar, okay, that's a card for sure. Still have to lose a creature here. Plus prevent damage from Brontodon and attack. So Brontodon blocks 1, Chump blocks with Lawnmower Elf. Oh no, they're trading. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then we have this one. They're staying alive. They keep drawing things to stay in the game. Eventually they'll draw land and just die. In theory. Alright, so now we make Gideon a creature. We plus our team. They go chump. Hopefully they didn't draw Vraska's Contempt here. That's about what I expected. Yep. So they probably drew a land on their last turn because any creature or spell they would have played. That one's not bad. Rishkar. I don't think you can keep that one. Well, they did keep it. Oh, because they have the land in hand, yeah. Alright, so now you want to attack Gideon and play Rishkar. That's pretty reasonable. Geez, this is becoming quite the game. Cast out. Why didn't you play Rishkar? Oh, because it's on top of the deck, obviously. Yeah. Alright, so now we'll just do this. Actually, no, that's not going to work because they can kill it with the Brontodon. We have to attack and regenerate, and then we can get in on that. Okay, that works. Then they draw Rishkar and die. Well, this has been quite the game, that's for sure. But it is coming to an end, finally. Target the Brontodon and attack. 2 lethal attackers in this game. Alright, so that took about 17 turns, but we got there. So they never drew a snake. I'm assuming they're a snake deck, though. Braid has other targets, so I definitely want that. I feel like some of these cards are pretty good as well. They could bring in Enchantment Kill, and they have the Dinosaur too, so like Cast Out is probably not like spectacular. The Angel wasn't great against Ballista, so that can come out. I wonder if Huatli would be good. Making 3/3s, you can ping stuff, potentially. I think I want like one more big thing. Maybe a Chandra, because it's just kind of like removal spell. I don't think I want Cruiser. You can kill off all their Llanowar Elves, that's pretty good. I just want another Chandra, though. That is too many lands. That is not enough lands. We can see we scry to the bottom, draw, hit a land, play these guys. I don't think that's going to be a winning hand. Alright, not going to go below this, just have to hit lands. This game could be quick. Could be real quick. Yeah, this is just not a draw that came together. Mulligan, keep. Jade Light kept on top. Alright. Had about enough of you. I guess we're not like out of it yet. Alright, now I think we are. So the games are going to come down to valuing, I think. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this on the play. Maybe we can draw some lands this game. I mean, game one we won the attrition battle pretty handily. So I feel like we're probably advantaged in that spot. I don't know what they're sideboarding in, but we have a lot of answers to what they're doing. And they're going to have to be the one answering our stuff. They probably go up to 4 Vraska's Contempt, just because it deals with a lot of our big stuff. Yeah, this one's rough. I think we're going to keep this, though. Just got to draw some spells. I mean, Ballista's good. If they have a Glint Sleeve Siphoner hand, this could work out. Hopefully we just draw something other than lands. I said other than lands. I'm not going to play the Ballista first because I really want to get kill a creature with it. Because if they just go like Fatal Push your Ballista, then play their Siphoner or whatever, we're just going to be like, wow, that was not worth it. I'd rather just wait. Because ideally we just cast them at 4 mana as well. Elf, then Impulse, probably not the right order. Got a Ballista, okay. There we go, there's something to do. We'll do that first. Then they might Ballista for 2 on their turn, which make things a little awkward for our Ballista, but that's okay. We'd probably just Ballista for 2 and then shoot their Elf, and then their Ballista's kind of in an awkward spot where they can't hit our Ballista. We got 2 lands, that's nice. But now the Ranger is naked, it's 2-1. There's a Gideon. Okay, does that change things? No, I don't think so. I am going to offer this trade, though. They probably take it. Now I'm just going to do the old Ballista for 2 and shoot the Elf. And then next turn, potentially we can Gideon. Yeah, so they did have the push, so I feel like I played this game correctly so far. Didn't walk the Ballista out into a push before getting to kill a creature off it, so we got to 2 for 1 them, getting rid of the push and the Elf. That was a good turn to do that. Ooh, so we have Snake and Ballista. That's pretty good. So they're debating, do they want a Ballista for 2 mana, for 2 counters here? And they can threaten to put 2 more counters on it the following turn. I think at that point we'd have to Ballista of our own. Okay, that's a thing. So I guess we start by attacking, not that that's really going to do anything. So there's no way they're blocking. I think they're going to Ballista, put 3 counters on it next turn. I think that's going to be their plan. We have to do this. Kill that Siphoner so they're not drawing cards. And then they're going to play the Ballista for 3 counters, shoot our Ballista. We can't shoot their Ballista in response to kill it. Yep, so we just go to their face. Or do we do their Constrictor so they don't attack us? Do we want to gain 2 or deal them 1? So we'll just deal them 1. And they attack us with their Constrictor. They might not even attack with their Constrictor just because they'd rather block the Knight. Yeah, so that was good. So we can plus on the Constrictor, and then attack, and then we just block. We need a removal spell for that Constrictor. So we can plus on the Ballista. Maybe they'll shoot the Knight twice. They won't. That's, yeah. So we could attack here. I think I'd rather protect the Gideon, though. Actually, attacking is not bad, because that does get some damage in. No, not going to. It's close, but because they don't block if we attack. I don't know. So they can Deadlands one of our creatures. They can add 2 counters to the Ballista and attack. Oh, it's not going to do anything. They probably do add 2 counters to the Ballista. I don't know what that's going to do for us, though. Yeah, this is kind of a rough spot we're in. We just need to draw a couple more spells. Siege King would be great. Any removal spell would be great. I don't think we boarded in Spyglass. Yeah. Our own Ballista would be okay. Opponent's deep in the tank. Like, do I just add a counter to Ballista? Yeah, of course you do. I guess it means they have something else really good. Oh, they're removing counters. What are they doing? I prevent all damage with Gideon. Alright, that's awkward. They didn't even wait for the first one to resolve. They're just like, shoot, shoot. Whoops. Alright, so they basically just wasted their turn. That's good for us, but unfortunately we can't punish them because we drew another land. So we can chef it Dunes. Try to do something that way. They can't kill Gideon. Or they can attack it for 4, and then on our upkeep they can shoot it with the Ballista. So I guess they kind of can. Maybe we should have just made Gideon a creature and attacked with everyone. Yeah. 6 down to 8. We have a blocker. Go down to 7 here, draw a card. That's marginally helpful. It's chump blocker. Gets them closer to double activation on Ballista. So you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So if we draw a Fight with Fire, that is almost lethal. If we didn't sack the Shepherdune, it would be. So, do we chump block to keep Gideon around? They're going to put counters on Ballista, so it's going to go to 4. I think we do. So Gideon goes to 3. If they want to try to kill Gideon, they have to put the Ballista down to 1. They have to do it like on our upkeep. Chupacabra, okay. Another land, alright. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Since Gideon's dying, I guess this is the turn where Gideon attacks. We basically have to draw like Fight with Fire or something like that. We have 2 of them. 2 out of 46, that's 1 out of 23, 4%. Alright, let's do it. I think we're dead next turn because they can attack. They're going to attack Gideon, and then they're going to attack us for 6. Next turn, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus the counters on Ballista. Yeah, so we're basically dead next turn. We need to draw a Fight with Fire. Can we do it? Can we draw a Fight with Fire? Can we do it? 4%? Oh, shall I? If we had another treasure, we could activate it. They might not go for it here. It's possible we have another turn. Just add counter. Oh, no. They have lethal now? It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it's lethal if they pump. Yep, they got us. Let's see what was on top. We're drawing a Fight with Fire. Yeah, we're dead. I just want to see what's on top. And more lands. Alright, good games. Hand looks pretty sweet. 2-drop, 3-drop, maybe 4-drop. Alright, probably the red-black vehicle deck. Possibly mono-red. So this is going to pose an interesting situation for the opponent. So do they attack into a 1-power indestructible creature? Probably not. Oh, they missed their land drop too. Wow. Okay. Well, now that they have Soulscar Mage, that's going to put a -1/-1 counter on the Vanguard, so I'm much less inclined to block. Not worried about the Bomat getting counters on it because they missed their land drop. Thinking I want to just play Lannery Storm and Smash, because if they double block, great. I'm happy to trade Lannery Storm for both their creatures. Otherwise, it gives us that extra mana we're looking for. So, and it also puts us pretty far ahead in the race. Alrighty. So I guess I'll just sack the treasure, make it 3 power, kill them both. Shock. I think I want to pay life for this. I think I'd rather play Shall I here as opposed to Pia. Yeah. Alright, so it's either mono red or it's probably red black. One of the two. So we'll just sideboard accordingly. Chandra's not great in this matchup. Angel's only okay. A lot of times they go bigger. Debating if I want to bring in more cast outs. I think it's probably better than Fight with Fire. At least one. I think Boat's probably pretty good. Because you can kill their like chain whirlers and stuff like that. Anything else I want? Ooh, I want these for sure. Duh, I almost forgot to bring those in. Probably don't need all these vanguards on the draw. We'll leave one vanguard in. Just in case. We need creatures to crew our vehicles. This looks fine. Can't defeat that. It's okay, we'll defeat their turn 2 play. And we can abrade the courier at some point. Alright. I feel like if they play a 3-drop, I wanna kill it. Then I want to untap and play history. So I don't want a Ballista here. I think that's right. I think it's close. They might just be mono red too. There's the chain whirler. That card's usually pretty good against us, but not with this draw. I think we would rather go with a braid, actually. I think Chandra, they could have boarded into Chandra's, like actual Chandra's, so I want to leave the defeat in hand. So here, this should keep the Bomat Courier at bay. Alright, they have Hazaret. So we need to cast out Hazaret at some point. We can attack with the Knight here. I think I want to play Ballista for 2 and shoot the Bomat Courier, and then we can cast out the Hazaret like next turn. That's where I want to be. So they probably won't be able to attack the Hazoret this turn. I mean, it's possible they would, but I think at that point we can deal with it. Well, looks like they are going for it. So discard your hand, draw 2 cards. If a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that much damage plus 2 to that permanent or player instead. Okay, so they start by discarding their hand. Discard another one of them. Alright, so Hazoret attacks. I think I do not want to block to absorb damage because I could just cast out. I'd rather have a Ballista. That was an interesting draw. If I wanted to, I could cast out the Flame of Killed. That seems less good, though. So do I let them discard a card to Hazoret to play around them, potentially playing another Hazoret? I think so. They do not have 2 instants or sorceries yet. I think I want to cast Shall I? Just attack for 2 here. I want to have hexproof on the turn that this thing goes off, just in case, so they can't burn me out. Ooh. So this is going to deal 3 to everything? Jeez. That's not fun times. So let's see. I guess I shoot the opponent. Shalai's about to be a 0-1. And then I guess I just take, what, 3 from the Lava Runner? That sounds bad. Go into 3. I think I actually just have to kill it. I could actually just block it too. I mean, 0-1 isn't doing me that much good. Yeah, let's just block it actually. So absorb 3 damage. And then we'll kill that. Untap. Play that. Now we're in pretty reasonable shape, I think. Just want to not get double lightning struck. Alright, Mono red. Good games. Alright, can't really ask for much better than this. I have 2-drop into history. I guess if they're a control deck, these abrade and fight, probably not so good, but it is what it is. Looks like they are not a control deck, so that's good. Maybe they're that mono green deck. I feel like that deck, if you don't have a first turn Llanowar Elf, is just like so much worse. If you go Llanowar Elf into like champion, that's pretty hard to beat, but aside from those draws, like, haven't been particularly impressed with the deck. But it is winning on a lot of players that know what they're doing, seem to like it, so see how this match goes. Green-white. Okay, so it's not that deck. We have a braid for that. We don't need to use it yet, though. I assume they're not going to like play a creature, crew the Harvester, and attack just to lifelink us. So I think we're okay just casting another creature. I mean, if they do that, they go to 15, and I think we have lethal anyway, right? We have 4, 8, plus 6, 14. So it'd be 1 short. Like, okay, deal. This means settle the wreckage. Well, we have Shalai, so much for settle the wreckage. Wah, 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 wah. Concedes game. Called it. Alright, so green-white settle the wreckage, I guess. Well, a braid is probably good. I'm not really sure what else they have. Watley might be good. Maybe on the play it's better. Harvester could be good. I don't know what they have for fight yet. They probably have angels, yeah. I'd expect them to have angels. So Chandra is probably not great. I think I'd rather have cast out, even though they could probably use their own cast out on our cast out, but we have plenty of targets for their cast outs. So I think we have 3 cast out and 2 fight. That's enough to handle Angel pretty reasonably. Or do this, though. Man, I hate to leave Glorybringer on the sideline. Let's see what else is in their deck, though, because there's a few different green-white decks, and it could be one of many things. Okay, mulligan this hand. I'll keep this. Top. So we don't know that they have Settle the Wreckage either. Like, that was just the only card that would save them in that spot. But they could have just had nothing. And they're like, well, I'm not going to concede. I want to see if they cast another card just for information. Carry Zev. Card's sweet. I like Vanguard and Carry Zev because they both hit for 3. Jade Light Ranger. Alright, so this is just the green-white value deck. Lyra, where you putting it? Top? Okay, cool. We got Gideon and Cast Out for Lyra. Well, they have Menace, so we can't really block this. If they block the 2/1, we could Ballista kill it, but I don't even think we want to do that. We just play History post-combat. They'll probably block, and then we'll just jam History, and that'll be that. Then next turn, we could potentially Gideon. Hopefully we can draw some lands too. Be nice to be able to cast out into Angel. Seal away. Seal away, seal away, seal away. Is that seal away or is it sail away? We'll pretend it's seal away. I think that's how that song goes. Alright, there's a land. That's what we wanted. If I attack, I can... No, I don't want to attack. I'll just wait till next turn to attack. I don't think I want a Ballista here. I guess I can attack, but they could have something like Gideon's Reproach or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't block. I mean, we could potentially shock it or spray it or whatever, but yeah. Alright, we're back in the same situation where it's like, well, are they settling us here? Is that what's going on? I mean, I feel like the play is just plus Gideon on the Jade Light and attack with both. If they settle us, then cool, we go up to 7 mana. We play Ballista, and then, I don't know. I don't want to get Gideon settled. That's what I do not want to happen. Cast out. No, they just take the damage. Interesting. So do we just Ballista here? I think we probably just Ballista. We could leave up cast out mana. So if they cast Lyra, we cast out Lyra, untap, smash. Oh. Then we get to Angel of Invention. Yeah, then it'd be 5/3/3. So they would have to block. So they would trade Knight for Ranger. Yeah, I kind of like that line actually the best. Just cast out on their end step and untap and jam Angel of Invention. Alright, I guess they just pass. It's not what I wanted to see, but so I could cast out the Ranger, and then that just plays into Settle. I could just play, start kill their land. See what happens. just going to continue to play around Settle the Wreckage. Let's see, do I want to play around Fumigate? No, I think we have enough permanence where we're not, like, if they have a cast out, they're just going to use it on the Gideon. So attack, take 6, go to 5, or chump block. Gideon's been pretty decent this game. Like, the opponent has to do something. Like, they're just going to die. Land Fumigate. Alright, well, good games. Not really sure what was going on. I guess they had a bunch of 5-drops. Or they had, I don't know. I honestly don't know what was going on, but good games. Alright, let's see if we can finish things off strong. This hand is good against anything except a control deck. I think it's good against that. Question is, do we kill the Heart or the Exemplar? Probably the Heart if they play Heart here. Alright, so just wait, and when the ability goes on the stack, then we'll kill it. So we take 1. Then we could fight with fire if we choose to. Alright, we could also do that, which I think is probably a better option. Do I wait or do I just do it now? I think I just do it now. Then hopefully we can draw a red land. An untapped red land. That'd be sweet. Heart, okay. That is not what we wanted. Alright, can't do anything. Go. This is one of those games where we're both missing land drops. Have a bunch of cards in hand that we can't cast. Maybe we'll both draw out of it at the same time. Alright, that's pretty good. So we take 4, then we can fight with fire the Exemplar. Alright, perfect. I was just about to say, Inspiring Vantage would be great this turn because we have a play, and it'll give us the mana for next turn. Not enough to crew the Heart. That's good. So I kind of want to just play the Phoenix, but I don't know if that's going to be good. So if I play Chandra and Minus to kill the Knight, they're going to get another Knight, and any creature crews the Heart, and Heart can kill Chandra. Then that puts us in a pretty bad spot. If we play Phoenix, any removal spell means like they get the Knight off of the history, and they can crew the Heart and take 4. I don't think Shalai is the play because I can't even block Heart. So it's either Phoenix or it's Chandra. I don't think we can afford to play Vanguard. I think we have to start making some headway with these creatures, with the Knights. And I mean, they might not even attack Chandra. They probably do, but it's possible that they don't. Pretty good. Down goes Chandra. It's like a plus on, I don't even know, the knight, and they just use it to crew the heart. I think at this point we have to play Phoenix and hope that this is going to be good. If they have a removal spell for the Phoenix, we're in pretty rough shape. If they don't have a removal spell for the Phoenix, then I think we might be okay. So what is this, like smash with everyone? Ah. So if they have Fatal Push, they can kill the token. I don't know if we can afford to just take 5 though. I think if they had Fatal Push, maybe they would attack with everyone and we would like block like the knight or the heart or something and take 9 and go to 6, and they'd push our token. They'd be in a commanding position. So I think we're just supposed to block here. I mean, they're going to make this attack anyway. All right, I snuffed it out. Sniffed it out, whatever you want to call it, say. So now I can plus Gideon on, geez. I guess I don't want to do Heart because I can block Heart. I can't do Knight of Malice. I can play Shall I because I can just block, right? Yeah, I just can't target it. I can block it though. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. The next turn I can play Gideon and Adonto. Alright, it's not looking so bad at this point. They don't have any good attacks yet. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I do the Heart. Wouldn't mind my own history of Benalia. Siege Gang Commander, something like that. That's going to be a big attack next turn with that history. Wow, that's going to be a big attack. Alright, that does something. If we had 10 mana, it would do a lot. Like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, kill like 5 of your knights. Instead, we just kill one of them. So these are going to be 4 3s. These are going to be 5 3s. So we want them to attack with the heart. So let's do that. This is a pretty nice little deck. Not surprised that it won the PTQ and won the Classic. Corey Baumeister made a video with this deck a week or two ago. I think it was May 3rd or something like that. So if you want to see the deck in action from the pilot's perspective, I suggest checking out that video. So it's probably all just coming at me. Yeah. Alright, so we want to... I guess we block there. Block there. There. I don't think going to 1 is realistic. So let's take 9 and go to 6. Ooh, that's a nice one. So I can prevent all damage from Scrap Heap, because I have Knight, Toolcraft, yeah. And then if they draw a land, they can, if near dead lands, are Siege Gang. Otherwise, Siege Gang is going to do some work, I think. So they don't have any removal spells. They would have used it to kill the Phoenix, I think, or the token. This is a pretty good game. We're really on the back foot though. Jeez. All right. So everyone's coming at me. Yeah. So we prevented all damage, but it's still attacking. So I guess we want to do that. We gotta. So let's see. If we do this, we take 3, and it kills that, and they just have those 3. Then we can go plus on the Scrounger. Phoenix comes back. Shall I shoot the other one? I think that's what we want. Kill the Siege Gang. Oh, Lyra. That's ooh, hello. So we can plus on Lyra. We can play Shall I, and we can threaten to block and shoot with Siege Gang. I think that's the line this turn. If they deadlands the Siege Gang, then we just shoot in response. We still have 2 blockers, which is enough to survive. Yep. I think that's better than playing another Siege Gang this turn. definitely a close one. And shall I? Oh yeah, that's right. Obviously you can't hit the Siege Gang. Alright, that's fine. Okay. I guess I want to block there. Block there. I can sack the shoot there. Okay, so that could be helpful. Do that. Do that. Now I think we have attacks too. This Gideon's doing some work this game, jeez. This Phoenix is also doing some work, that card. Maybe I need more Phoenixes in this deck. What was the opponent's message? He's just attacking with everything. So I think end step I'm going to shoot a goblin at this knight. Man, these Siege Gang commanders, they definitely did some work as well. Vraska's contempt on the Gideon, that'd be pretty reasonable. Uh-oh. Ballista for 1. Guess we have hexproof though. Fatal push on Shalai. So if you played Ballista for 2, you could just shot Shalai twice. That would unlock everything else. So let's see, I can shoot down Lyra, I can shoot down Ballista. Alright, so now let's go ahead and kill Lyra. I think I want to kill this Ballista too. So I can't shoot out. Oh man, why did I play? Oh wait, yeah, obviously I have hexproof. I was like, what? What did I just? Why did I play the Vanguard first? It's like, obviously I have hexproof. All right, so now things are looking pretty good. They really kind of turned around. Double Siege Gang. What you got here? Get back Scrap Heap. Okay. Our creature is hexproof. Definitely blocking. Another Lyra. Yep. So now they block the Phoenix and take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Guess I don't really even have an attack now. Alright, let's just draw something. This is a... Jeez. This game. So I can block Scrounger with Phoenix. Shalai giving the elemental token hexproof is a pretty big game. No, they can just get back the Scrounger endlessly, basically. Fatal Push on Shalai. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. 1 card left in hand. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we go sack Sheffet Dune, then they have to block with Lyra. They could block Siege Gang, I guess. But then I still have to sack Siege Gang. Otherwise I play Karizev and die to a removal spell. I think I have to attack with Phoenix, though. No, I guess I can't yet. Oh, this is so close. Next turn. I could also Emblem Gideon, since it has so much loyalty at this point, but... Okay, finally. A card. Who do we attack with? Let's see if we pump all our creatures, attack with everyone, then play history. They have to block there. Then they get Scrounger back. Then we still die to removal spell, so don't like that option. I think we can attack with Karizev pretty safely though. This will get 1 damage in. And then next turn, we can go for the kill. Looks like they drew a land. Cool. Block the Phoenix. Take lethal. Wow, what a game. That game was insane. Alright, so vehicles. They have Scrounger and they have Heart. What other artifacts do they have? I think most of them run Karn. I guess if I'm not bringing in Bifrost in this matchup, it shouldn't be in there. Spyglass on Heart seems okay. So black-white, they don't have a lot of answers to that. We have a lot of cards that are pretty reasonable in this matchup. Cast Out is also pretty good. These are also pretty good. I don't like Fight with Fire. Adonto Vanguard is a thing to crew with, but that's about all I like it for. I think I'd rather have some of these things. I think I want Glorybringer. I think I want Harvesters as well. On the draw, we might not be attacking with Lannery Storm. I think I want all my Ballistas. I think I want all these. Maybe we can cut that. Maybe cut, thinking 1 Karizev maybe on the draw. Yeah, I think this is okay. Alright, so that game took forever. We have, I think, 10 minutes on our clock for the last 2 games. Guess we keep. It's really slow, but Karizev sounds good. I think we cycle Cast Out just because we need lands. We have mono 5 drops in hand. Ooh, a braid, that's a good one. A braid, that is also a good one. I think we're going to just braid the heart. Card's so good in this matchup. I mean, heart's good as well. Alright, so I guess we'll just go ahead and do that. We can play our Karizev. The next turn, we're 2 turns away from our 5 drops, hopefully. Karn, that's a good one. Okay, so we did draw the land. So now if we attack Karn with everybody, they're going to double block Karizev with the knights. And then the monkey will probably get blocked by the construct. So if I preemptively abrade the knight and attack with everyone at Karn, they'll still double block, but I'll first strike down the construct. Or they'll just block the construct. Yeah, it'll be the same thing. Alright, so everyone attacks Karn. So then the construct just blocks the Ragavan. Karn goes down to 2. Oh, right, they are doing that. Okay. Oh, right, because there's really no cost, but then that's surprising. Alright, so history gets them some damage. Say plus, do an Angel of Sanction. I guess I'll give you Karn. I don't want you to have Angel of Sanctions. So they have a backup Karn in hand now. I guess we're going to go boat or siege gang. I think I want to save the boat if I can. Start with siege gang. Siege gang into angel, into boat. That sounds pretty reasonable. Well, if they play Karn here and plus, oh my gosh, that'd be so good for us. Yeah. They probably have cast out. That's probably what they have. I guess I'll attack both at Karn. Then play siege gang. Settle the Wreckage, interesting. So I'll get red, red. I could have boated and killed the Karn, force them to play the other Karn, and then they would minus to get Angel, and then we would crew boat and attack Karn, shooting down another creature. Maybe that would have been better, yeah. So they go minus to get Angel, play Angel. I don't know if that'd be better. Hmm. I think you can have... Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you the land. That's fine. Considering you played the land pre-combat. If you didn't, I might have given you the knight. Oh, Fumigate. That was pretty good. Well, I guess I'll just boat and kill your Karn. Force you to play the other Karn first before you can get to your Angel. Boaty McBoatface. Getting the job done. Looks like they're playing for the long game too, with like Karn and Fumigate and Angels and stuff. Cast out the boat. Alright. And Heart. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do that. Three, four, five, six, seven. Just Angel. Make servos. We know their hand is Karn, and we don't know what the other card is. Okay. So they have Angel, which we have the answer to, and they can Karn to get the other Angel to get rid of our Gideon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to wait till next turn to play this Ballista, so we can get 8 counters on it. I mean, granted, we could tap the same mana and put the counters on it anyway, but I think the surprise value post-combat is worth it. Alright, so finally they play the Karn, and they're going to get probably the Angel to their hand. Yep, so they have Angel of Sanctions in hand. Ooh, cast out. So we can cast out their Angel after they play it. We're going to kill Karn here. So we're going to go plus on that. We're going to attack everyone at Karn. And then we are going to pass. Oh, I guess I should have done this with the ability on the stack, because I just lost loyalty on my Gideon for no reason. Oh well. I think I want to kill that with the Ballista. Maybe not. Maybe I want to just kill the Deadlands here. Yeah, I think that might be better. So that my Angel doesn't die. I don't want to lose my Ballista, so I guess I'll just pass. Do the same song and dance next turn. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we draw another land, it's 10. Ooh. Karn, probably plus it. We will give you a Plains. Play the Plains. And these games are taking forever. 4 minutes. One, two, three. Alright, so now I think I want to shoot down Karn first. I'll take care of the Angel next turn. Granted, I could have killed the Angel and the Ballista would still be a 1-1 because of the Angel of Invention, but our own Gideon, okay. Alright, sure. Attack Gideon here. Kill Gideon. Play History. Actually, no, I want to just pump this. That seems way better. 10 mana. Oh. Alright, what are you targeting? Gideon. Okay. Do I want to shoot it down in response? No, I don't. Ballista, okay. So I can put a counter, let's see, 3, time you can do it for 5. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get an emblem, I think. So now they're going to get the angel back from their graveyard and target our cast out, maybe. No, okay. Ballista. So I guess I go counter to shoot you. Shoot you. So if I activate Gideon, I could have Settle. Alright, let's go for it though. We don't have much time on our clock. Hopefully they don't have Settle. 6, yep. So now we can just add counters to Ballista and shoot them. Wow, these have been some good games, but okay, cycle, sure. Attack for lethal. If you have Settle, then we just add counters to our Ballista and you're dead. Alright, good games. We did it.